Okay, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen, Anderson, Bates, Bell, Berryhill, Block, Canella, De Leon, Fuller, Gaines, Galgiani, Hall, Hancock, Hernandez, Hertzberg, Hill, Hueso, Huff, Jackson, Latta, Leno, Leyva, Liu, McGuire, Mendoza, Mitchell, Monning, Morlock, Morrell, Wynn, Nielsen, Pan, Roth, Runner, Stone, Vidak, Wachowski, Wolk.
Thank you very much. We're absent a quorum. Sergeants, if you could be so kind enough to please call the absent members. Call the absent members so we can start our session. We have a special occasion to begin. So again, Sergeants, please call the absent members. Members, a quorum is present. Will our colleagues, our members, as well as our guests behind the rails and those above in the gallery, please rise. We will be led in prayer today, this morning, by our guest chaplain, and that is Rabbi Judy Shanks from the Temple Isaiah in Lafayette, California. Go St. Mary's Gales. And after, please remain standing. Senator Mike McGuire will lead us in our prayer of Pledge of Allegiance, I should say. Welcome, Rabbi.
Thank you so much. Let us pray. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, our God and God of all people, we turn to you, the Holy One, who has implanted in the human heart the will, the obligation, and the urgency to make a difference. Grant these elected leaders wisdom and patience, justice and compassion, so that hubris might never triumph over humility. O God, may this gathering of lawmakers always merit your protection, and please grant them the essential but oft-ignored skill of listening, truly listening. May your deliberations reveal an appreciation for one another's wisdom and a respect for the diverse paths we may tread to bring healing to our broken world. Listening can teach us to give thanks for what we have and compel us to share it with those who are in need. Listening will keep us open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. God of all faiths, may the members of this Senate be blessed with peace and happiness within their homes. And may that personal joy deepen their will to create a California of justice, prosperity, happiness, and equality for all of our citizens. And let us say, Amen. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much, Rabbi, for that wonderful prayer. With that, members, our next order of business will be AB 93, which is file item number 49 by Senator Mark Leno. AB 93, file item number 49 by Senator Mark Leno. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 93 by the Assembly Committee on Budget, an act relating to the Budget Act of 2015.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, as you know, the full Senate Budget Committee convened last Friday, and after a 7-hour hearing full of debate and attention to many details of our proposed budget, we have now passed our budget. This bill, AB 93, is the vehicle that will contain our budget, and we'll begin our reconciliation process with the Assembly's version of their budget in conference committee starting on Monday, and we'll be working every day with our conference committee until we get our work done toward the end of next week. We've had, that is where we are in the process. So I would ask your aye vote on AB 93.
Senator Nielsen.
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, Senate, this is kind of a traditional start, and I will be urging a no vote on the budget. There's lots that's dynamic and yet to be found out. The conference committee process has only begun. And the possibilities of games being played with the trailer bills is in process. We'll know what degree it's going to be insidious and what degree it may be in the open, and we can trust it. And so we just have to be careful. My point is, the process begins, and we will work together. I urge a no vote on this one.
Any other questions, commentaries? Seeing none, Mr. Leno would like to close.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, just to further explain, this is procedural of sorts in that this bill, obviously an Assembly bill, will send back to the Assembly. It then allows for the beginning of the conference process to begin. I do ask for your aye vote.
Thank you very much, Mr. Leno. No? Okay, with that, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen? Aye. Anderson? No. Bates? No. Bell? Aye. Berryhill? No. Block? Aye. Cannella? De Leon? Aye. Fuller? No. Gaines? No. Galgiani? Aye. Hall? Aye. Hancock? Hernandez? Aye. Hertzberg? Aye. Hill? Aye. Wesso? Aye. Huff? No. Jackson? Aye. Lada? Aye. Leno? Leyva? Aye. Liu? Aye. Leno, aye. McGuire? Aye. Mendoza? Aye. Mitchell? Aye. Monning? Aye. Morlock? No. Morrell? No. Wynn? No. Nielsen? No. Pan? Aye. Pavley? Aye. Roth? Aye. Runner? No. Stone? No. Vidak? No. Wykowski? Aye. Wolk? Wolk, aye.
Secretary, please call the absent members.
Cannella? Hancock?
Okay. Measure passes 24 to 13. Measure passes. With that, members, we're going to go to privileges of the floor. We have several privileges of the floor. Senator Berryhill, are you prepared? Okay. Senator McGuire.
On the Assembly.
All righty. We can go to Senator Wolk. Guest still on the Assembly. With that, we're going to work. We got messages from the governors will be deemed read. Messages from the Assembly will also be deemed read. Reports of the committee will also be deemed read, and amendments will be adopted. Motions, resolutions, as well as notices. Without objection, Senate bills reported from the Appropriations Committee with the recommendation due pass will be given their second reading upon being reported. And without objection, the Senate journals for May 26th through May 28th of this year of 2015 will be approved as corrected by the minute clerk. Colleagues, while we wait for a special guest, we're going to work the file. We're going to go to consideration of the daily file. Second reading file, items number 1 and 2, governor's appointments. We'll go to the second reading files, item 1 and 2. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 710 and Senate Bill 321.
Members, we're going to go back to privileges of the floor. Senator Joel Anderson.
Thank you, Mr. Pro Tem. We have with us today two representatives of the Polish Medical Association of San Diego, Dr. Renata Rahata, excuse me, I said her name wrong, Ochabevsky, and Dr. Teresa Darderwitz. I am butchering your names, and I'm so sorry. The Polish Medical Association of San Diego provides our local community and the Polish community with health care and health-related information, and they're fostering the progress of medicine in our community. The Polish Medical Society of San Diego is very fortunate to have these strong leadership in Renata and Teresa. Please welcome
Our guests,
Dr.
Mr. Anderson, please hold. Our guests in the back behind the gallery, please give our special guests your undivided attention.
Please welcome with me the doctors to our floor. Thank you very much. We're going to take a quick photo. Any members that'd like to join us would love to have you. Thank you.
Colleagues, we're going to go to unfinished business, file item number 8. File item number 8. Ms. Bates, file item number 8. Are you prepared? Secretary, please read.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 46 by Senator Bates, relative to Arthritis Awareness Month.
Thank you, Mr. President and members. Senate Concurrent Resolution 46 is back on concurrence. It proclaims the month of May 25th as Arthritis Awareness Month in California. It has already passed off this floor unanimously, and the amendments taken in the Assembly simply add 73 co-authors to the measure. Respectfully ask for your support on the Assembly amendments and concurrence.
Any further debate or discussion? Any further debate or discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I. Anderson. I. Bates. I. Bell. I. Berryhill. I. Block. I. Canella. I. De Leon. I. Fuller. I. Gaines. I. Galgiani. I. Hall. I. Hancock. I. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. I. Hill. I. Weso. I. Huff. I. Jackson. I. Lada. I. Leno. I. Leba. I. Liu. I. McGuire. I. Mendoza. I. Mitchell. I. Monning. Morlock. I. Morrell. I. Wynn. I. Nielsen. I. Pan. I. Pavley. I. Roth. I. Runner. I. Stone. I. Vidak. I. Wachowski. I. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Secretary, please call the absent members.
Monning, aye.
Ayes 39, noes 0. The Assembly amendments are concurred with. With that, colleagues, we're going to go to Senate third reading. We're going to start with file item number 9. Senate third reading, file item number 9. Ms. Jackson, file item number 9, we will pass. File item number 10, that would be Ms. Mitchell. Pass on file. Item number 11, that would be De Leon. We will pass. File item number 12, that is Mr. Stone. File item number 12, we will pass. File item number 13, Ms. Galgiani. File item number 14, Mr. Pan. File item number 15, Mr. Weso. File item number 17. File item number 17, that would be Mr. Hall. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 761 by Senator Hall, an act relating to business.
Yes, Mr. President and Senators, SB 761 will require short-term rental companies to disclose on their website or mobile application that a tenant is listing a room or unit for rent, may be in violation or of their lease and may be subject to tenant local action, including possible eviction. SB 761 would also require potential hosts to acknowledge this disclosure prior to listing the short-term rental online. Over the past few years, there has been significant growth in online companies that allow people to rent a room, apartment, or home on a short-term basis. Unlike homeowners, tenants who list their rooms or units create a host of potential problems for the property owner and neighboring tenants, while at the same time potentially violating their own lease and subjecting the tenant to legal sanctions and possible evictions. Short-term rental websites are indeed a great part of the growing sharing economy and a valuable tool for travelers. But properties listed on these sites should be in compliance with laws and contractual agreements. They may limit the use of properties to third parties. SB 761 provides tenants with important information about the potential legal risk of listing their room or unit on a short-term rental website and will help ensure the long-term stability and growth of the segment of the sharing economy. SB 761 is supported by the California Apartment Association and the California Association of Realtors. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hall. Any debate or discussion? Any debate or discussion? Mr. Stone.
Thank you, Mr. President. As the owner of many income properties, I can tell you that responsible landlords place into their leases restrictions that do not allow their units to be sublet by other entities. I will support the senator from Los Angeles' bill because I think many people don't look at the fine print of the leases, and this will certainly make them aware of the significant ramifications, including eviction, if they don't follow their leases and do sublet. So I always applaud transparency and enabling these tenants to understand their rights, what they can do with their property. Thank you for bringing it forward. I will urge an aye vote on this.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stone. Any further debate or discussion? Any further debate or discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Hall, would you like to close? Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen? Aye. Anderson? No. Bates? Aye. Bell? Aye. Berryhill? Aye. Block? Aye. Canella? Aye. De Leon?
Aye.
Aye. Fuller? Gaines? Aye. Galgiani? Aye. Hall? Aye. Hancock? Aye. Hernandez? Aye. Hertzberg? Aye. Hill? Aye. Hueso? Aye. Huff? Aye. Jackson? Aye. Lara? Aye. Leno? Aye. Leyva? Aye. Liu? Aye. McGuire? Aye. Mendoza? Aye. Mitchell? Aye. Monning? Aye. Morlock? Aye. Morrell? Wynn? No. Nilsson? Aye. Pan? Aye. Pavley? Aye. Roth? Aye. Runner? No. Stone? Vidak? Aye. Wykowski? Wolk? Wolk, aye.
Secretary, please call the absent members.
Fuller? Aye. Morrell? Aye. Stone? Aye. Wykowski? Leno, we have as aye.
Ayes 35, noes 3, measure passes. Colleagues, we're going to go back to privileges of the floor. Mr. Berryhill at the pro tem's desk.
Thank you, Mr. President and members. If we could have you draw your attention to the rear of the chamber, I have a very special lady to introduce you to today. I'd like to introduce the 2015 California Interscholastic Federation Female Scholar Athlete of the Year, Amanda Kirkby. Amanda attends Mammoth High School in Mammoth Lakes, California, where she has maintained a 4.25 grade point average while also being a 4-year starter on the varsity volleyball team, participating all 4 years on the track team and the junior national level competitor in Nordic skiing. I would like to congratulate Amanda on this top honor and recognize her outstanding achievement in both the classroom and in her community. I'm proud to have Amanda represent the 8th Senate District, finest Senate District in the state. It is young people like Amanda that will continue to make California great. Amanda is joined today by her parents, Brian and Rita, and CIF Director Roger Blake. Please join me in congratulating Amanda.
All right. Thank you very much, Senator Berryhill. Amanda, you make this chamber, as well as California, very proud. With that, members, we're going to still stay with privileges of the floor. Senator Mike McGuire at the Pro Tem's desk.
Good morning, Mr. Pro Tem and members. I am so pleased to introduce Mr. Cole Moody from South Fork High School in Miranda from the beautiful county of Humboldt. Mr. Moody was selected as a 2015 California Interscholastic Federation Farmers Male Scholar Athlete of the Year, and he is here with his proud parents, Sherry and Doug Moody. I want to tell you a little bit about Mr. Moody. He is so impressive. He has been a 3-sport varsity leader in baseball, basketball, and football, while attaining a 4.0 overall GPA and being ranked #1 in his class, and he's demonstrated his commitment to his education. He received all conference honors in not just baseball, but also football, while academically, he is the recipient of numerous scholastic honors and Rotary Awards. That's not all. This guy is busy. He is involved in his school as a member of student government, Interact Club, and the Spanish Club. Additionally, Mr. Moody has served his community, volunteering hundreds of hours every year in various capacities, including being a teacher's aide, officiating youth sports, as well as being part of an interview panel, numerous panels, to be able to bring in new teachers into the high school. Mr. Moody will be attending Pacific University in Oregon, where he intends to major in kinesiology, possibly with a focus in physical therapy or becoming a chiropractor. He hopes to play both football and baseball in college, and we know that Cole is going to be a success and will continue to excel. Join me in celebrating Mr. Moody for his incredible work in the classroom and on the field, colleagues.
To Cole and to the Moody family, congratulations. Again, you make this Senate chamber, as well as your state senator and California, very, very proud. With that, colleagues, we're going to still stay with privileges of the floor. We're going to go with Senator Lois Wolk.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, everyone. I'm very excited to introduce to you the Davis High School robotics team called the Citrus Circuits. Circuits, not circus, circuits. The team placed first in the first robotics world championship competition this year in St. Louis, Missouri. First in the world championship. The Citrus Circuits beat more than 600 robotics teams from high schools around the world and ended the season with an undefeated record. In addition to the first place finish, the Circuits received numerous awards for the students' willingness to provide technical assistance and support for the other teams during the competition. The competition included events that required robots that are designed to pick up and stack crates and recycling containers. With me today are the team's captains, Senior Elise Wong, Takumi Kawaguchi, Bryson Wershing, Megan Yamoa, Kelly Ostrom, Brighton Muller, Sophia Stockberger, Petra Favorite, and Benjamin Hoffner-Brodsky, and their teacher, Steve Harvey. So please join me. This is the future, folks. Please join me in welcoming them and congratulating them.